Today on Trend, Ingrid takes us to a stunning property overlooking the Oak Bay waterfront. I'll show you the view from a custom loft unit high above the west shore, and we look at solutions to hide away the everyday tasks behind beautiful cabinetry. Ingrid, I've never seen a condo with a more beautiful view than this. I feel like I'm on vacation at a resort.
And Amy, welcome to Hampshire House, one of the quintessential addresses on Beach Drive, right adjacent to the Oak Bay Beach Hotel, and probably one of the true waterfront condos in not only Oak Bay, but all of Greater Victoria. There's not that many settings where you get that authentic feeling of being on the bow of a ship and being so close to the beautiful beachfront.
That's the thing. Other condos you might have a water view, but this almost feels like you're right on the water.
And you are. You have your own private beach access in a little cove right along the shores here. And this building, that's what captured my homeowner. He's very well traveled, had worked and lived all across the world, and has a passion for unique and different settings, of course, with all of those travel memories and experiences. And this building, although it was a little older, it had the ability to be able to combine two homes to create one large 2,200 square foot, 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom, just magnificent residence.
And that's what I like about the older buildings, because often they'll have larger footprints, so you can do things like that and really create a sanctuary that you can enjoy.
And that really was proven here, and working closely with Mac Renovations, who did an extraordinary job. Not only the attention to detail, but the quality craftsmanship, and also taking into consideration the customizing and making it personable, so that when he came back to enjoy the space here, he was able to have a spot to showcase all of his special treasures and collectibles, and have the ability to entertain when his family and friends arrive as well, because who wouldn't want to show off this beautiful home?
It's true, and you really are. You're right. You're showing off all of these artifacts from around the world that probably have a real special meaning and kind of spark that joy when you see them in your home.
And one of them specifically is the beautiful statue, which was a gift from his work in Thailand. It just again shows the ability to work to design something that you can have your custom pieces fit.
Well, that's what I often say to my clients, is the things that you have great memories around, or that provide just a beautiful backdrop for your space, bring them in, and then they will just evoke that joy every time you look at them. And they're a great thing to build off as well for your design.
And that's really important, so that you don't overtake the feeling and the style of the client, which is, I know you're synonymous with as well. And I think Mac Renovations has that ability to really hone in and provide that extra level of customer service, which they have, even that it was finished in 2008, they're still, answering the odd question that he has here and there. And that really shows a commitment to your clients.
It's so true. And this just ended up being such a beautiful, polished renovation that has that real level of sophistication to it.
And it's matching of the neighborhood of this part of Oak Bay, and again being adjacent to the beautiful Oak Bay Beach Hotel, which has become just a fantastic opportunity to walk next door, enjoy having a lovely meal, sitting on the deck for a drink. And if you have extra house guests, it's an easy spot for them to enjoy staying at the hotel, and just all the concierge and the services that you are able to tap into being so close to that amenity.
It's true, and one of my favorite spots is right across the street, the Victoria Golf Club.
And again, just the array of lifestyle options where you can jump on your sailboat, do a round of golf, and then come back and relax and have a beautiful romantic dinner in the Oak Bay Beach.
There aren't many more locations that you could do something like that in. I know exactly where I would be if this was my home. There are so many different vantage points for the view. I can't take my eyes off of it. There's so much going on out there.
And that's one of the favorite things that he enjoys, is grabbing a cup of coffee, sitting out on the open air deck, enjoying those fresh ocean breezes, and capturing a dead center view of Mount Baker and the islands, and just planning your day, whether, again, that is a quick kayak trip or a 10-minute jaunt into Oak Bay Village, which has lovely specialty shops along the avenue. It really just gives you so many jumping off points, or another few minutes and you're all the way into downtown Victoria. So it just is such an amazing location and really captures a beautiful West Coast lifestyle.
This would be perfect for me. Hillary, we're here in a beautiful home that you guys have done a lot of cabinetry in. You're really, solving a lot of the issues that clients have where something's just not working for them. And this unit is a great example of that.
This is a great example. This was a home that didn't have a laundry upstairs, and they wanted to incorporate it so it was on the same level as their bedrooms and everything else. It made life that much easier for them.
That's right.
So in this case, we put actually a washer dryer.
Which is crazy, because in this flex room, this just looks like a beautiful bar area.
Which again can be used if you're entertaining.
But then it's just hidden behind the door
exactly.
there.
And we have the dryer over here. And we have your washer over on this side.
That's right. So I think, really having things that look beautiful, but that also are functional as well.
So it doesn't have to be some horrible place tucked away.
It doesn't make sense if the laundry's down in the farthest corner of the house.
And you're working hard and you have a family and it's all on one level and it's just easy. So
with the custom cabinetry that you do in your shop, though, you guys have the ability to do closets, entertainment units, kitchens, everything.
Any size, people imagine something, and very often we can make it happen for them. Marty is from Ireland, so is very much used to small homes and difficult placement of cabinetry. So we often make it work in homes that normally wouldn't work because it is all custom.
And you really have the ability to design around what the clients are wanting.
Absolutely. Often customers come in with a dream and we work with them till we have the finished product that they're happy with.
Because the planning process is a huge part of it, whether it's a closet, a bathroom, a kitchen, really coming up with what works for the client, because everybody's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And with having your own installers as well, they can really take that vision and then when they're installing it, make sure that it ends up being a beautiful, high quality product like what's intended.
Absolutely. We have installers that have been with us for quite a while, and they work solely with us. So they put that little bit extra into it. It's very important to them too.
And lots of different styles as well, as far as the design of the doors, the product of the doors, because this is a thermofoil product.
It is a thermofoil product, and we make all the boxes ourselves here locally in the Nanaimo. But this we bring in from the Lower Mainland. Having said that, it is a very good door. The vinyl comes from Germany. The board itself is made in Canada, and the glue's from the States. So it no longer has that chipping aspect.
That's right.
It's a very durable door, and we all like to live in our homes, so it does stand up much better. It no longer even yellows, whereas the whites used to yellow at one time. It's built in that it will no longer yellow. So if you ordered a white kitchen, it would remain white.
And then lots of options as well if the client preferred wood grain or a wood
Absolutely.
door, painted door for all
Oh,
sorts
yes.
of wild colors.
You can have a wood door, you can have a painted door in any color you wish. You can, and the vinyl comes in many different colors too. So there's many different options and many different price points too.
Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
this beautiful home with us today.
Thank you. I've enjoyed having you.
We're here on the penthouse level of Tallwood 1 by Design Build Services. Each penthouse is very unique and has a lot of special touches. We really listened to what the clients wanted and what design style was theirs, whether that's through lighting, tile, wallpaper. They're all a little bit different style and not necessarily into one box, whether it's contemporary, traditional, they all lend themselves to the actual owner. We've also got some really great colors with paint, as well as the finishes. You really have to have a little bit of fun with it and put your mark on the design. Jesse, you have so much product here in the showroom, and I love that a lot of it's here in stock too.
Absolutely. We have a ton of stuff for DIY customers. It's probably a large portion of what we do here.
And when you say DIY, that means like I'm in there building a shower myself?
Absolutely. And we're here to support you through all the steps of it.
So you teach me along the way.
Absolutely, yeah. We utilize products like Schluter systems and their educational brochures and pamphlets.
So back up though, because a lot of times whenever I say Schluter to a customer, they're like, come again, what is that?
Yeah, so what did you say?
So Schluter's the brand.
Yes, Schluter's the brand, and they deal in lots of different products for floors, walls, shower systems.
And even the edging for your tile.
More specifically, the edging for their tile. That's where they
Yes.
started their business.
But they also even create curbs. Like you can have a full shower kit here, right? That
Absolutely. This kind of checks all the boxes. Everything that you need for a shower kit besides the tile is inside of that box.
Right, it's all waterproof and it's setting you up for success.
Absolutely, and they have an awesome warranty system.
So when we're talking about Schluter, the edging, there's all different kinds of finishes and edges and such depending on what tile you're using.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a select few, and as you can see, there's a ton of them there. And then outside of that, we can order in all sorts of awesome options. So if you're looking to create that antique bronze look, or even the standard polished chrome.
And what is this in front of you here?
This is a Schluter shower shelf.
Right.
The beautiful thing about a Schluter shower shelf is it can actually be retrofitted into any installation. So if you just so happen to miss or aren't informed about the shelf itself, you can fit them into the grout lines.
I feel like I'm reading some sort of children's book right now with all of that. I'm really surprised you could say that.
Yeah.
I happen to love the niches. These are kind of my thing. I usually push people towards these.
The niches are beautiful. There's a wide array of different sizes. The 12 by 20 seems to be the most popular option for the niche. It also has a modular shelf in it, so you're not committed to any height for that.
Right. And you can put a nice decorative tile in the background and kind of have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what would be some tips that you would tell me before I jumped in and started?
Honestly, the best tip I could offer is for you to come down to the store and talk to one of the staff here. We all have the knowledge and capabilities to walk you through every single step. Having an idea of the tools that are required, trowels, grout floats, sponges. I mean, it all may seem like a lot to take in, but we can really just walk you through that whole process.
And even selecting the proper tile, because not all tiles can go on your floor.
Absolutely, you have to be vigilant because sometimes you can wind up in a situation where you fall in love with something that is strictly wall rated.
And what's the difference? Why would it only be wall rated?
Well, most floor tiles are made out of porcelain. They're a stronger, denser material, and wall tiles are a lighter grade ceramic.
And they have a lot more pressure and weight on them because
Yes.
people are walking on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or even things like the top of a tub. You might not think that
Yes.
you need something there.
A common mistake is people will put like a very brittle product on that, and you kind of want to have something stronger because inevitably something could happen where it causes it to break.
And then once you have your tiles, you can help people pick their grout colors.
All sorts of different options of grout colors.
And I know I have a lot of people that ask, is there a right choice for dark or light or that sort of thing as far as cleanliness and all of that?
It's a beautiful preference-based decision. Grouts nowadays have all sorts of anti-mildew, antifungal properties built into them, and they're quite resilient.
So you don't have to worry about that so much.
Not as much anymore.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of your knowledge with us, and I'm sure there's so much more that we didn't talk about.
Thank you.
Go global with Newport Realty and Christie's International. The iconic Opera House, surfing at Bondi Beach, horseback riding in Centennial Park, or exploring the Royal Botanical Gardens. Sydney on Australia's east coast is a diverse city with countless things to explore. Life's a beach in Australia, with 10,685 beaches and some rated top in the world. Here's a premier penthouse positioned on the Sydney waterfront at the Bennelong Apartments. Majestic 207-degree views speak for themselves. The functional layout creates a private living and accommodation zones. 3 expansive bedrooms, all with welcoming, beautiful views inside and out, to spacious open-air settings. Residents also have exclusive access to the first-rate amenities, including 24-hour concierge, plus a pool, sauna, and gym. In the very heart of Sydney, Australia, there's acclaimed culinary delights, cultural experiences only footsteps away. G'day, mate. I'm Hayley Watling, going global with Newport Realty and Christie's International.
Jordy, this is such a beautiful property. I love that you have all of these signature listings.
Amy, thank you. Well, I've got another one for you today that I know you're going to love. 100-year-old character home in the heart of Rockland, which really is one of my favorite parts of town. You've got these large estate-sized properties, but you're literally just minutes away from walking to downtown or the beach or other shopping. It's a real special part of town. And, a home such as this really embodies what Rockland is all about.
What I love about this property that you wouldn't necessarily get from a new build or somewhere in a newer area is the mature landscaping. I feel like I'm in a park right now.
It's pretty special, isn't it? And as we walk around the grounds, we've got over 12,000 square feet here that you're really just going to enjoy. We've got some really old mature oaks that just give this incredible filtered light in the summer. And then of course, as their leaves turn, we get this beautiful sort of foliage all over the property. So just an incredible setting and a wonderful part of town.
There's a lot of potential depending on who the new buyer is, whether they love gardening or wanted a little bit more lower maintenance. There's so much here that they can do.
Very much so, and the current owners have really made an incredible, loving setting here, which you can see outside, and I'm really excited to show you inside as well.
Jordy, this home has so much character, yet the kitchen we're standing in is so high-end and just top of the line.
Haven't they done a great job of blending that original character and charm?
Yes.
As you came through the front door, you're immediately seeing all those period sort of details that we find in these older character homes. But what they've created here is a really special feeling of inviting a casual elegance, where you have this updated kitchen and a few finishings, but really retaining a lot of that original charm.
Those are things that you can try, but you just can't copy and replicate to this standard. It feels like it has a story to it.
You're right, it has a story, and it also has a bit of a soul, a real sort of warmth and inviting character to it, which really speaks to my clients. Just incredible people who really are inviting and as welcoming as the home is. So it's really fitting that they were able to pull off such a great melding of sort of that traditional character with that inviting, maybe that newer modern sense of home, if you will.
And it really has all the luxuries for a family.
Absolutely. Over 2,700 plus square feet. You've got 3 bedrooms and a great office upstairs. Downstairs is a really great flex space for a university student or that older teen. And 3 3 bathrooms throughout.
That's what I love too about a home, is how everybody will use the space differently to suit their family and their needs.
Well, for my clients here, they've been in the home for over 17 years, and with their daughter who's just now in university, you can imagine the transition of starting with a young one all the way through to where they've left the home for university. So really, that feeling of family that you get when you come in, it's because that was sort of, you know, really created by this family. They've just made this a wonderful home.
And it will just become a cool story for the new homeowners as
Absolutely.
well. Completely different for them too.
Different, and yet at the same time they're picking up that heritage and that lineage that was created there before them. So, and I can only imagine, prior to my folks getting the home, the many families before that. And we're talking a 100-year-old home. So lots of history and lots of great memories, I'm sure.
Do you know any stories or any history about this home? I love to find out everything, all the backstory.
Aside from being well loved, there is one little quirk that my sellers did, and I think it's really neat. The address used to be on St. Charles, and because we're on the corner of St. Charles and Montgomery, they opted to have the address off Montgomery because there was a better lane access and has a bit more of cachet to it. So we'll actually see the old address in the sidewalk just off St. Charles there. So
That's so neat.
Neat little story for
And
you.
this is such a great neighborhood too, because Rockland has so much to offer. It's so rich in history.
Rich in history, and as you look across the street at the neighboring homes and lovely estates, you really get a sense of sort of that old charm that we saw turn of the century. These homes are just these beautiful tributes to a time gone by. And then of course we're just walking distance to downtown or the beach, parks, amenities. So again, one of my favorite neighborhoods by far.
Well, what I love is you have such a great relationship with your clients. You always share the best stories about what they're doing moving forward, where they've been, and you create this lifelong relationship with them.
There's a great base of relationship that begins with the process. And it's not just a transaction. This is a whole experience that's based on relationships, trust and honesty, and understanding the seller's or the buyer's needs, and then making sure that throughout the entire process, what's important to them is carried through right to the end, and of course, after the sale as well.
And you really are a team, because there's all sorts of ups and downs in the industry right now.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're dealing with everything that's kind of coming our way, but maintaining what's important for our clients, put that at the forefront. The rest is details, and it really makes for a great, happy set of clients at the end.
Well, and you're the expert, and you've worked with Newport and Christie's International for so long. You have so much knowledge that you can really help them out. They're with you for life.
Well, we hope so. Thank you.